It's Matt along with Good. Today we're going to talk about Beach Goddess Jessica, who is definitely a little short on some of her clothing, but is she short on abilities or is she just going to wow you and give you that sexy beam of a time? Stay tuned. All right, Beach Goddess Jessica is a hero. She's somewhere between an attack unit and a debuffing unit, but her leadership is a great leadership skill, increases physical power by 15%. Top notch. Her main first skill is called Coconut Milk.
Out of me, that's not saying.
Raises own tension for 1 turn and physical power and recovery for 3 turns. So her next attack is very, very strong. Beyond that, because it's increased twice over. So this is actually a really nice way to build up. Sexy Snipe is her next skill. Inflicts a large amount of physical damage to one enemy and a high probability of charm. Honestly, this is going to be the most important skill of hers. Water Splash is a great skill, but really what Beach Goddess Jessica is the Diamond Slime and Diamond. You're going to use her to counter anyone that uses Diamond Slime, and is really, really good in real-time arena and in honestly any of the PvP portion of this game. And Sexy Snipe is your main usage here. And if you've got high enough agility, you can Coconut Milk, then Sexy Snipe.
What did he say?
And you can really, really do some high-end damage to teams that use Diamond Slimes as their main defense. Then the last one is Water Splash, is a heavy crackle physical damage twice to all enemies, which is also a very strong skill with after using Coconut Milk. So she can be used both ways. Her first skill is Movement +1, always a good skill. Second Frizz, fourth is Zam. The third one here is occasionally Charm when attacked by spells of breath. So this is a great way to counter some of the Maldragora, because Charm is very scary and annoying. And also, if you miss with the Sexy Snipe Diamond, then attack, you might even be able to get that Charm back over again. And the fifth one is a Charm success rate plus 10%, which is actually a really powerful fifth awakening overall as well. But you're not going to see very many of those at all, at least not for a while. Her skills, HP is good at 1220, defense at 401. She can take a hit, and that's actually pretty important. Because with her third skill, you kind of want her to take a few hits to try and charm her. And as going against a third awakening PvP Beach Goddess Jessica, that is a very scary thought. Her MP is at 550. This is fifth. With her skills being into 100 regions, that's still enough for her to get a decent amount of attacks in. And she is a PvP unit for the most part. You can use her a bit. And physical crackle, which we are lacking a decent amount on PvE, but you're mostly going to be focusing her on PvP. So that's pretty important that she can get you at least to turn 3 and full out. Her attack is a little low at 305, and as I say, her agility is good at 476, and her wisdom's okay at 340. A movement of 3, and that's where she kind of lacks. It's her attacks, and the weight's 60 overall. Preferred weapon is the Mermaid Sword. Gives her physical skill power at 4% plus HP and attack. We'll be able to get this in her event, which is a relatively short event, so you can't sleep on it too much, which is a problem that I usually have. Skills to look for in Alchemy. It's the hero type charm success rate. If you can get a few of those on her, that turns Beach Goddess Jessica into a charming death machine. And that's what you're really just looking for in alchemy overall. If you and even if you don't have her, you can still use her with Jade or with the Mermaid Sword as there. So that's going to be the main thing that you're looking for the preferred weapon. The others are Water Splash, HP, and Agility. Honestly, though, you're just going for the charm success rate for any type of hero. Her hero skill is Super Sexy Beam. Range of basically 5. It's a straight line. MP consumption 109. Inflicts large physical damage to all enemies. It is non-elemental and has a high 60% chance of enchanting them. This is just basically if you can go and give her coconut milk beforehand and then cast this does massively insane damage along with the high chance of enchanting or charming them. Sorry, I should have put charming instead of enchanting. But with the charm, and that is just going to be her huge big girl damage. Pros, cons, very useful charming skills, high probability, and diamond slimes fear her and absolutely jiggle to death from her. Her third ability, though, allows more charming actions against breath and spells. So that is a unique ability that most of the time it's against physical attacks, breath, and spells, which is a good counter to the dragon meta that's out here that I'm trying to build up to right now. So that in itself is a pretty positive third ability overall. And her first ability gives a decent self boost to her own actions. So coconut milk, yeah, it's annoying that you gotta kind of alternate, but if you time it correctly along with her super sexy beam, you're going to do some massive damage. But the thing that I really don't like about her is that her intrinsic is a lot weaker than others. First turn tension sounds absolutely fantastic, at least until you realize more than likely you're going to want to use coconut milk on the first turn. Now, that means, yeah, you can attack with a high tension, maybe with her water beam, but all honesty, I feel it's a little wasted on her.
Oh my god, you're killing me, woman!
The first attack being 50% reduced is fine, but I would have rather have taken the first 2 or first 3 hits at 50%, allow her to just keep going through, and then at that point, all good, and we're moving our way through. But right now, I just don't see that happening, and honestly, that is really, really annoying. Am I going to pull for her very hard? No. I'm pretty limited in my resources right now. But the main thing here is that she is just a really great counter unit to Diamond Slime. There are other ways to get through Diamond Slime as well. And with the very low resources, the charm meta and the ability to counter on breath is pretty good, but she's just too niche for a lot of people to focus on her. Would I love to get lucky and maybe get her on a ticket plus the guarantee S pull? Yes, I really would. That would be really, really great, but I'm not going to go beyond that like I normally do with some of the other units. Just not really worth it. A beautiful unit, some good skills. It's just that intrinsic really, really hurts her. She's just lacking with that intrinsic from her normal. If she was a pure attack unit, I would be a little different in that regards. But the way that you're normally going to use her is on odd turns. You're going to use coconut milk for the most part, unless if you need to use her one skill, the sexy snipe. That's what it is. It's not sexy beam, sexy snipe. Um, and that will do some good damage to the diamond slime. But honestly, I still would have rather have more just 50% reduce, especially with her counter. I know why they didn't do it. It that guarantees that she, if you have her 3 hearts, that she will try to counter charm at least one unit out there, and that's fine. But it's just a little weak, and you've got to go pretty deep for her, and that's just so you can have her counter.
This is the Axolotl song. This is the Axolotl song. If you know it, sing along.
Charm. Axolotl, though, is a pretty interesting unit. Has the dazzle with the dazzling abilities here. That's his focus, or its focus. I don't know if it's a him or her. It's a very defensive unit, almost 1200 HP, 452 defense. The attack's a little low, with the agility being okay, 386. But with the breath damage for Acid Flame, going to be the main one. Having low attack with good HP defense and decent agility is fine. What's nice is if someone dazzles or you get a dazzle with Axolotl, recovers 50% of max HP and greatly increased breath power for 4 turns. That is a wonderful combination and is a dragon. So on top of that, if you have Zenlon or if you have Mandragora for the breath, works very, very well for a 35. Honestly, to be frank, this is a unit that if you have Zenlon and you're looking for a 35, I would really, really, really like to get the Third Awakening to increase breath power effects for 1.5x for 1 turn for that randomness as well. That becomes pretty good for a Zenlon team, especially if you're looking for a 35 and don't want to use Green Dragon. Axolotl can be really, really annoying to counter if it gets lucky with the dazzle. So it's a pretty interesting banner. This is what we're going to be getting on the 16th after maintenance. I'm also going to be creating a quick video on the event. It's going to be a very short video. This event's not very long. It's going to be, the next major one's going to be the FFBE War of the Visions banner. That one's going to last 5 to 6 weeks. That should come out in December time period, roughly. Probably the first couple of days afterwards. I will be putting that out a little early as I will not be online for a week during that time period, but I will be publishing out this information fairly early so that people have it while I'm on vacation. So I hope everybody enjoys, but more importantly, stay warm if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, this is going to be nearly the perfect time for the summer units. And most importantly,